Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, I actually say this a lot about my show, that I love it so much, and I just really love first of all, the guests that come on and all the listeners that have been listening throughout the years. It's only 18 years now that I've been doing this show for everyone, and I appreciate all the listeners. We're also live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. And my first guest, and I absolutely love this girl. The giving that she does and how much caring that she does for the community. This is pretty cool. I have with me Natalie Lawrence, and she's the designated broker and owner of LovePhx. Welcome to the show again. So you've been here a couple times now, and I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself and what you do, but also why you do and get so, dedicated into that community.
Thank you, Carol. I'm really excited to see you again. This is my third time here.
Yeah.
I'm Natalie Lawrence. I own LovePhx Real Estate. We are a boutique real estate brokerage in the Valley, and we opened in December. And we really are just pouring ourselves into our community and into our clients. And we're a real estate brokerage with a purpose, I would say. We lead with heart and serve with purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you do that for a reason, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Want to talk about that?
Yeah, I just feel like my calling, I would say, is to serve the community, serve other human beings, and I am privileged that I get to do this through real estate, because real estate is also a passion of mine, and I think I'm one of those odd realtors that always wanted to do real estate, so it's not like a fifth career choice for me. So, real estate is something that I always wanted to do since I was young, so I've been in the industry for about 20 years.
And she also has a great voice. And what I absolutely love is how you tell stories about the homes that you have that are for sale or for, you're right. I want you to talk about that because it's really cool. Listen up, everyone.
Yeah, so one of the things that I really love doing is storytelling. And so one of the things that's kind of cool is creating a personality for the home. So when we have a listing, instead of creating a video that says, oh, here's the 4-bedroom, 2-bath, everybody knows that, they're gonna see that in the listing. But I'll create a video where I'm speaking as the house. So you get to hear from the home's perspective, if they were talking about themselves as a person.
It's just so cool that you do that. Today you wanted to talk a little bit about something that you did, which is you were at the Phoenix Pride Festival. You had a booth there.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about what that was like, okay? And then also something that you did that was also very cool, and so everybody loved what you were doing. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so it was such a privilege to be at Pride over the weekend. We had an amazing corner booth that I feel like was a gift that we got because it was kind of double exposure, so we're getting people from all angles. And one of the things that we had at our booth was a sign that said, write a love note to a stranger, and we had a big jar, and so we had a sign facing each direction. And a lot of the people that would come up and say hello, we'd ask them, do you want to write a love note? And they'd get excited, and it was really special watching the kids write notes. But one thing we noticed is that people would see this sign from far away, and then they would just walk towards us, sometimes not even acknowledging us, but they would just grab one of the pens and start writing, and we had all different colors out. And they're just little cards, like the size of a business card, little white one. I have to do.
Yeah, she does. I'm going to show.
Bag.
We can see them on Facebook. Go to Networking Arizona, and everybody can watch us in here doing this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it was really neat to see this become the most popular thing at our booth, was just everybody pouring all of this love into strangers and dropping notes in the jar. And some of the notes were really short and sweet, and other ones were more lengthy. And at the end of the first day when we were packing up, a group came by, and one of my agents said, do you want to write a love note? And one of the girls said, can I just take one?
That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm going to cry. So it was really special because it was like, well, that's the point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and can I read some of them?
Yes, please.
So this one here, it says, be patient and kind to yourself, and remember LACE. Little acts of courage every day will bring you closer to who you want to be. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Here's another one. You are beautiful, amazing, and whoever you are, whoever you love doesn't matter as long as you be you. I love that one too. And you also gave out, I wanna talk about your little earrings. My little holes in my ear closed up, so I couldn't put them on. But I'm gonna put them up here. I don't know if anybody can see them or not, but they're so little coolio.
Yeah, the state of Arizona is the shape for anybody who can't see it, and then it just says LovePhx on it. And there's an interesting story behind these. So Adriana, who I had on with me the last time we were here, as a birthday gift, she drew these out and had her husband laser cut them, and so she gave me a pair. And then after that, because I loved them so much, she brought me a couple of other pairs in different colors. And I said, well, can we get a bunch of these and give them away as gifts? And so from there, it just sort of spiraled, because we were gonna be at this festival, and we had 3,000 pairs laser cut. You should have seen us looping the rings through them,
cool.
but we had them in all different colors, and so we were giving those away. And it was really neat to just, hand them off. So what we plan to do here in the very near future is we'll actually sell them with the proceeds going to a new leaf.
Now, first of all, let's tell everybody a little back up here. We're gonna back up for a second. I want you to tell everybody why you call your brokerage firm the LovePhx.
Yeah, I feel like love was really the all-encompassing word for what we do. We pour love into the community, we pour love into our clients and into each other, and we're just here to serve awesome human beings and serve our community with love. I mean, I can't think of any better word.
And you both sell and also help people buy. Let's talk about that a little bit too.
Yep, so I work in residential real estate, so from single-family homes, condos, townhomes, a little bit of land, but all in the residential space.
And what I want to do is give out your information, because let me just say this. When I first met you, I mean, when we talk about new child, like a flower child, that's you. It really is. And I think what people need to know is that when you have business today, you just, especially when you want to stand out, and you want to do things different, and you don't just want to just do things different, you're totally about just giving back, giving into the community, and also helping people, because even the last time when you were on the show, what you did, what we were talking about was phenomenal, right? And not everybody talks about some of the things that you do, and when you work with somebody who really loves Phoenix, loves their clients, and really you're going the extra mile. Is what you do. Now I want to give out your information so they can hear some of that too, which is first of all, she works valley-wide, okay, including in Casa Grande. And Casa Grande?
Yeah.
I know.
We have an agent in Casa Grande. Yeah.
So, and then her website is LovePhx.com. Her phone number is 480-251-7776. Not only is she going to help you be able to sell that home by putting the love of having that story told about whatever home it is that you have, that they're really fun. Where can they see those? And can you hear them on YouTube and things like that? Where can they hear some of them?
Probably the best place would be Instagram. So you could go to mine, which is natasha.lovephx, or you can go to our business page, which is love.phx.
And I have to tell you something, folks. When you listen to what she's doing and you realize what it is that she's doing, the home just comes alive. It really does. There's nobody else that does anything like this. Again, her phone number is 480-251-7776. Go up onto her website. It's LovePhx.com. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay. Let me just see something too. I'll make sure.
One thing we could talk about too is like the other marketing aspects of
What?
listing a home. So like all the marketing.
You want to talk about listings?
Yeah. So it's it's not about just putting a sign in the yard. So I could share all the things that you do and why.
Okay.
Big marketing.
Yes,
Stuff
absolutely.
Like all the pieces. Okay.
Right. How you do what you do. Okay. I just want to see. What's that? I know, they're fabulous. And how you guys sat there, and where'd you come up with some of these? These are the people that wrote them?
Yeah.
Oh, this is even better.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, we didn't
giving
write
them out.
No, so
You had these left in the jar?
All in the jar. So once it was write a love note to a stranger and drop it in the jar, but then there was somebody that came up and we asked.
I thought they took them to go do that, okay,
No,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
we
I gotta
just-
tell them
So we're
that.
gonna do something with them. We have, all of these like kits that we're gonna keep in all of our cars that I'm building that have like essential stocks, so like,
Yay.
but we're gonna put some of those cards in those with the
I
information
have to
card
introduce you to
version.
somebody, okay, you would love her.
Oh, amazing.
I'll tell you afterwards. Oh, I mean,
So when somebody came up and they were like, well, can I just take one? I was like,
yeah, I needed one for me.
yeah, and so right before that, there were two moms that are at the booth, and they had written like really lengthy notes. They were wearing like free mom hugs shirts, and they wrote these, so I think she got one of the mom notes. Like she read it,
There's so
took
many
a deep
people.
breath, walked away, put it in her pocket.
So many people are in need,
I know.
they don't get this. But I can see, now I really see. Oh.
Some of them were like really thoughtful, and then the ones in there that the little kids wrote were just,
You know, we're gonna talk about this when we're off here, but, because you could do so much with these.
I know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you have
really
any
just-
other good ideas,
I
share,
have
please.
some ideas, and I have this person too that I know that you like too. We're gonna discuss that. No better place than to have done what you did there. Because guarantee you that anywhere else that you might have been at, they wouldn't have even gotten it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, yeah, no, it was like very intentional.
Oh, yeah,
Like, that was, there wasn't a better place to have it.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely,
everybody
because
knew
those,
who they were
they
fighting.
really
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
So welcome back. So I'm reading all of these little love notes, and I'm thinking, wow, where did you come up with all of these different notes? And you're like, no, Carol, everybody else
Yeah.
wrote them and put them in the jar, left them in the jar. Some of them, there were some people that came up to the jar and said, do you mind if I just take one?
Yeah.
Because they really needed it,
Yeah.
you know? And I've been reading some of these, and they're so, I mean, I just can't believe some of the things that people, they say right off the top of their head. And the reason why is because they're somewhere inside of them already, right? Now, I want you to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the other things that you wanted to talk about, the listings and all the things that you do to help sell that home.
Oh, yeah, so, you know, we were talking about storytelling, and that's much more than, you know, doing a video where we're telling a story or speaking at the house. It's, you know, the storytelling goes into the listing itself, you know, the way a description is written. It's easy for somebody to say, you know, welcome to this 3-bedroom, 2-bath on the cul-de-sac, right? I mean, of course, they can see all that information, but when we really capture the romance of the property, the personality of the property, we're using a description to intentionally, you know, spark an emotion from the buyer, and where they can feel very connected to the home already. They're gonna see all of the other information. We don't need to waste that in a description.
Right.
And then as far as marketing, I mean, it's so much more than just putting a sign in the yard and throwing photos up in the MLS. You know, I mean, when we talk about marketing a property, we need to market it properly, and that's every single little detail, from the best professional photos, drone shots if we've got, you know, a great view that we really want to capture, professional video always. If there's a community, you know, that's important to capture as well, we want to do community video. A Matterport tour, which is like a 3D walkthrough, so that, you know,
They're
if we
cool.
have somebody in another state, we want to be able to have them walking through that house, you know, or seeing everything, you know, before, and then, you know, creating a floor plan. I mean, there's so many things, we need to hit all of the marks, and, you know.
So today, when you are doing what you do, you are up, not only are you up about a lot of competition that's out there, but you have to be different, you know, and there's, first of all, there's no one who's done it any better than you to create something different than a storyteller of the house telling the story about themselves,
Yeah.
you know, and And I was wondering, I just have to ask, and if you don't, maybe you'll do it sometime.
Yeah.
When the buyer comes into the house, just curious if you have it, the storytelling being done while they're walking through, that would be kind of fun to do too.
Oh, yeah, I haven't actually done that with,
We kinda need
somebody there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually taking the professional video that was created and then, kind of splicing it together and then doing a voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but these people, when they hear that, how does it help sell? I mean, tell me what happens when they start to listen, and then they go to the home and they're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
tell me what happens.
I mean, I think it's just really about connection. So I don't even know if, a consumer understands right off, in their conscious
what you're
mind
doing.
why, right? Or like, why do I feel so connected to this house? But it is just a connection that we have, as a human being when we feel emotion from something sparks inside of us, And so when we create a personality for the home, from the little historic home that, she was born in 1931,
I love it. Go ahead,
I
do
mean,
it.
and it's like she's been on this, she's seen all of the different things in this neighborhood come and go, and she stood here steady, grounded. So we're saying those
Isn't
things.
that
From, there's a house in Avondale where it's just this big, huge track home, and I'm like, what is this personality of this house? Is on Grant. And I'm like, well, he's a cowboy. His name's Grant. He has a brand new room, so it's like, hey there, like my new hat.
Oh, isn't that cool?
So, he's a car guy. He has a, 4-car, 3-car garage. So, you can create a personality for any home, and
It's amazing because, your house does have personality.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it must be like for you to, write the script for all of this
It's
stuff.
fun.
It's gotta be.
It's fun.
But can you imagine, this is what's wonderful about working with her, is that when you talk putting that love into it, you really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen anything like this. And also the community, let's go back to the community and what it means to you.
Oh, all the thoughts at one time. I have such a deep love for Phoenix and Arizona in general, but it's really important to just focus everything that we're doing on making our community a better place, and that starts with people and serving other human beings so that they feel inspired to go serve other human beings, and it's a ripple effect, and it makes our whole community stronger. So, I don't really know how to sum it up other than just serving others.
Right, you said to me that even when somebody comes to, let's say, work with you, maybe something that's gonna work and sell and be within, your brokerage, that, see, it happens to me too, so.
It's Friday Eve.
What is it? But I have to say that what you care about the most is, okay, not just, okay, show me what you could do,
Yeah.
but show me who you are.
It really is, yeah.
Mhm.
So, one of the first questions I'm asking any agent that I meet is, what's your involvement in the community? What are you doing outside of real estate to serve and to give and to, just do something that isn't for yourself, but for, maybe it's a small business, maybe it's a school, maybe maybe even it ties into real estate. Are you donating a portion of your, commission to a shelter? Are you, anything? Are you buying a bag of dog food every time you close a deal to donate to the Humane Society? It could be really anything, big or small. But that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for agents, is like, what are you doing to give? Because you will receive by default.
I have to say too, please understand about, I think, about giving. Giving is so much more than just buying something or giving money.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more than that. You can give in many different ways.
And mentoring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Time is also a wonderful thing. Giving a note to anybody and to make them feel good about themselves. For 1 second, can you just imagine even sometimes when you just smile at someone, and it's amazing what can happen when you do that.
Yeah.
And that's where that whole flower power comes from you, I'm from the era, so I know it very well. And I think the main thing is that when you're working with your clients, each one of them too, you know, you've got to, I can just imagine what the interview must be like when you're talking about them
Yeah.
and what they're looking for
Yeah.
and the house that they would want, or,
Yeah.
you know, even when they're selling, let's talk
Yeah.
about you, what made you, why are you selling there,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, well, and you know, like working with buyers, for example, I tend to get a lot of referrals from people who are going through like a hard time. They need additional compassion and patience. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a hostage negotiator and your biggest, you know, guard dog. But sometimes people just really need to be, you know, wrapped in your arms and guided the right way.
A lot of
and
people.
allowed to have all of their feelings and know that it's, you know, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'm working with a buyer and they have no idea what is important or not important to them. And so, you know, we start by just, hey, let's separate the fixed from the flexible. What is an absolute, you know, we can't change this. Okay, this needs to be important, but let's not get distracted by the thing that we can change, you know?
Mhm.
And so separating those things. And then, you know, there's people who get really tied up in like the roadblocks. And so, you know, oh, this didn't work out, or, you know, this didn't go the way I planned, or we missed out on this one, or, you know, I always like to tell everyone from the beginning that roadblocks are nothing more than redirections, and they all lead home.
I love it, and they do lead home. It's a wonderful thing. For people out there right now that are listening, for your final words, could you please talk about the market for just a little bit and what's going on? Because a lot of people just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty likely. Yeah, so rates have started to trickle down slightly, so we're seeing activity. So like my listings suddenly just, all of them got a boost in traffic. I have received 2 offers in the last 48 hours on listings that,
Nice.
you know, the sellers were getting a little anxious after, you know, 30 days, and not everything is going to sell like the first week. And I have recently sold things that fast, but you know, if you look at where we're sitting as an average, the homes are sometimes sitting there for 30 or 60 days. If you look at, you know,
Sometimes
the big
they are.
picture, yeah.
You know what? Things are looking up.
Yeah, it
Things
doesn't
are-
mean you still won't sell it for full price. You know,
Mhm.
your buyer just might not be qualified until next week.
And guess what? The next one that comes along is the next opportunity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you just never know. And I think right now for people, when you're listening to someone like Natasha, it's like you also have to have a connection between the two, and you can feel from her how much she just loves not only her clients, but Phoenix in general, and giving back to the community and spreading the love.
Yeah. And you, I love you.
Oh, you're such a boy. I love you too. So you can call her. Phone number is 480-251-7776. Check her out. It's LovePhx.com.